Welcome to the Wise Wolf Project. I'm your host, Wise Wolf. It is September the 11th, 2010. Titled this Distractions for Chumps. Chumps. Distractions for chumps. Chump is a person who believes anything. And you tell them whatever you want to tell them, they believe you because they believe you are a source of good information. They don't check out the facts. They don't do any research. They don't do any homework. Whatever the one-eyed idiot box tells them, it's pretty much taken as fact. So they can tell you anything they want to tell you because you're going to believe it anyway. And why are you going to believe it? Because you are a chump. Now, let's talk about the distraction of the Mosque Ground Zero issue, which spun off the Quran burning bonfire bonanza. First of all, you should realize that there are already several mosques in the area. In fact, around 9 or 10 of them are probably, last I checked, were less than 10 miles away. So you already have several mosques in the area. Second part, the organization that's sponsoring that mosque that people are so irate about is sponsored by 3 Rockefeller foundations. Go figure that. And here's some food for thought. Cross burning can be viewed as a hate crime. Just something to think about. Next distraction. Iran as a security threat. Now, when they're talking about security threat, they're talking about nuclear bomb security threat. Okay? Now, it's funny, we have a security threat on our southern border, specifically dealing with Arizona, and while we can send 50,000 troops here, 10,000 troops there, I mean, we're sending troops left and right all over the face of the earth when law enforcement in Arizona is saying they're having problems containing the drug cartel and drug runners through there and that they need help from the federal government. The government sent 30 troops. Yes, 30. Not very concerned about it, I see. Second of all, when you're talking about a nuclear bomb, there are 2 main ingredients you need. You need plutonium and you need uranium. Iran doesn't have plutonium. That alone says that they can't produce the nuclear bomb. Second part, uranium, for weapons grade, you need it to be 95 grade. They only have 20 grade. And you can't just go from 20 to 95 overnight. It takes a while to get there. You have to have the expertise to do that, which they don't have. They may be obtaining it, but they don't have it currently. So this whole issue about nuclear weapon and nuclear threat from Iran, bogus, and you fall for it hook, line, and sinker. Why? Because your chumpish little mind says so. Next, Wall Street. There was a big brouhaha over Wall Street and how it took the money, blah, 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 people's 401ks and pensions have been hurt drastically by it. But you seem to have no problem with your very own government stealing and taking from you through inflation and taxes. And also, you seem to not know that your money, taxpayer money, is going to fund the Taliban. Yes, the same ones we're fighting over terrorism in Afghanistan, that Taliban, yes, your money is going to pay them so that they don't attack us. Does that seem wise to anyone? By the way, that's the same policy they used in Iraq. Now, next distraction. Remember a few years ago, McDonald's was having this big brouhaha, and so they were pressured to put nutritional labels on their food packages because the kids were becoming obese, blah, 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 blah. So they had to have nutritional labels on it. Now we find out that there are technology companies that are engineering salmon. Yes, the fish salmon. But once it comes to market, they will not be required to put a label on it. And Monsanto creates genetically modified seeds. Just, so we're going to have test tube salmon and test tube seeds, no labels required. Now, these have not even been tested to see what the effects are on the human body. And no label, wouldn't you want to know what was brought? There's no way, like Demcat said, a technology company should be engineering salmon. No way. Okay. Next distraction. China selling lead toys to our kids. Oh, that was a big, hot topic. Big topic. And now we find out that there are 550 million salmonella contaminated eggs from U.S. farms, and I barely hear anything now about that. So, I guess salmonella's okay. Next distraction. The terrorists hate us because of our freedom. Give me a break. Well, what freedom? What freedom are they talking about? Well, apparently the government's free to wiretap us. Oh, remember that Patriot Act? Yeah, that's still in effect, and it's been renewed by the Obama administration. Yeah. Also, the sheriffs in North Carolina want medical records for drivers without a search warrant. What freedom are you? They hate us because of our freedom. We're losing it. We have anti-gun legislation in parts of the country. I thought that was a Second Amendment right. But who cares about the Constitution? We have airport security checkpoints that now include full body scanners. And you got babies going through there. But that doesn't matter. We have jail time for debtors. Yes, if you're not paying your credit card bill, there are states in America that you will get sent to jail. Never mind the fact that if most likely you couldn't pay that because you didn't have a job. How likely then is it you're going to be able to pay in cell block 4? We have homeowners association regulation. So we have these associations that you pay to tell you what you can and cannot do with your own home, with your own yard, blah, blah, blah. What kind of freedom is that? We have illegal possession of rainwater. In one of my other videos, other nonsense videos, there are a few states here in America where you can't have rain buckets. It's illegal. I thought rainwater was free. That came out the sky. I thought God had given us the freedom to be able to enjoy that, but apparently not. We have preschoolers now being tracked with devices. We have EPA cracking down on farm dust. We have 42 million people on food stamps. How can you be free when you are beholden to the government for food? I thought we were supposed to teach men to fish, not give them. And lastly, we have the highest number of people incarcerated in the history of the world. How can you be free in maximum security? I don't know. But your chumpish little mind might. So let's get off of these distractions. Let's get on with the business at hand. And let's figure out what's true. That's my time. I hope you've learned something.